Good morning, everyone. Slide discussion, slide number 158. History provided was preauricular swelling. Here in this photomicrograph, we can see glands lined by bilayered epithelium, that is, columnar epithelium and flattened basal epithelium. Here we can see dilated salivary glands with cystic dilated spaces and lymphocytic infiltration. In this photomicrograph, we can see salivary glands that are densely arranged. So my diagnosis is Warthin's tumor. Synonyms: adenolymphoma or papillary cystadenoma lymphomatosum. Epidemiology: Warthin's tumor is the second most common salivary gland tumor. Occurrence: parotid glands and the periparotid lymph nodes. Age group: common in 6 to 7 decades and is rare below the age of 40 years. A definite male predominance is seen, that is 5 to 26 is to 1. Clinical features: Duffy to cystic mass in the inferior pole of the parotid gland, pain, facial weakness or ipsilateral ear symptoms such as earache, tinnitus and deafness. Papillary cystadenoma lymphomatosum syndrome. It is sudden, painful increase in the size of tumor associated with acute pain. Rarely, facial nerve palsy is seen in tumors complicated by inflammation and fibrosis. Gross appearance: Warthin's tumor is a well circumscribed, spherical to ovoid lesion. The cut surface often reveal solid tumor interspersed with cystic spaces containing clear, mucoid, brown or caseous semi-solid debris. Microscopy: Papillae covered by pink epithelium and densely populated by lymphoid cells project into the cystic spaces. Lymphoid follicles are also evident. A distinct layer of basement membrane separates the cystic lining from the lymphoid stroma, which consists of small lymphocytes mixed with some plasma cells, histiocytes and mast cells. Here we can see papillae and glands are typically lined by columnar oncocytic luminal cells in which the nuclei are often polarized towards the lumen. Beneath the luminal cells is a layer of basal cell which are sharply demarcated from the underlying lymphoid stroma. The relative proportions of epithelial and lymphoid components in Warthin's tumor vary. 4 subtypes are recognized by Seifert and colleagues. Subtype 1, which is classic Warthin's tumor, is 50% epithelial and accounts for about 77% of all Warthin's tumor. Subtype 2, that is stroma poor, it's 70 to 80% epithelial and accounts for 17% of all Warthin's cases. Subtype 3, stroma rich, is only 20 to 30% epithelial and accounts for 2% of tumors. Subtype 4 is characterized by extensive squamous metaplasia. Malignant changes in Warthin's tumor. Rarely malignant transformation is seen with an incidence of less than 0.1%. In order of frequency, the most common carcinomas are squamous cell carcinoma, oncocytic carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, undifferentiated carcinoma, mucoepidermoid carcinoma, and Merkel cell carcinoma. Differential diagnosis include oncocytoma. It differs from oncocytoma in the presence of a prominent lymphoid component, predominance of papillae and glands rather than trabeculae and packets, and conspicuous presence of abluminal cells. Squamous or mucoepidermoid carcinoma. The squamous metaplastic Warthin tumor can be mistaken for squamous or mucoepidermoid carcinoma, but Warthin tumor lack keratinization.